Welcome once again. I hope you are running and you are enjoying the session. Now, we have talked about, if I take you back, some, let's say, sessions that have a relationship, okay? Some sessions that are related with this one. We have said the top 10 questions you should ask, the top 10 questions you should not ask. Now, let me share with you again the things that you should never say during the job interview. There are the things you may ask and you should not ask. But also there are the things you should not say. What I mean, never say. Okay? The things that you should never, I have used this, never say during the job interview. Because if you say it, and now they are reducing the chance for you to get that job. But maybe before I go in details to what I have here, let me share with you. I have like two elements, like two, how should I say? I have a part 1 here, and then I also have a part 2 here. What I have in my hands, that is what I prepared. All of them, they are related, but let me start with what I have. The things that you should never say. Number one, do not say any comment about your colleague or your previous employer. Most people do that. They will ask you, if they look at you, they will look at your resume and they will say, okay, fine. We can see maybe in the last 3 years, you've been working at X company. Why are you leaving? Now, some people, they start opening and they say, I had issue with the manager, I had the issue with the CEO, I have this. Please, do not say any negative comment related to your previous employer or colleagues. Don't do that. Don't bring any negative stuff, because if you do that, that is the sign that is telling them that that is what you will also do to others. So don't do that. That is the number one. Don't say any negative comments about the colleagues, about the company, about the employer, where you've been working. So don't do that. Number two, do not say that you don't know. Don't say like you don't know. Hiring manager, human resource manager, recruiter, or anyone that is sitting there at the panel, the panelist, they may ask some tough question. The secret here is not to say you don't know, even if you don't know. But you may say something like this, you know why? Thank you for asking that good question. I'm not familiar with this, but let me try. And then you try, but you have created a platform showing that you are eager to run. But when you say you don't know, that is a way of killing your chance of getting that job. So always be humble, be ready to try. So don't say like you don't know. Number three, what does your company do? This is what I was telling you before. You should not say like you don't know what they do. Remember, before you go to interview, you should do your personal research to really understand the company clearly, what they do, how they do, the customer they serve, the product they sell, the brand, the event that they have done. You should make your person, research to really understand them, because during the interview, it's a way of selling yourself. It's not the way of, why, by talking about, and asking what they do. Okay, so don't say like you don't know what they do. You should know the name of the CEO, the people who are like the director of X position, sometimes related to the job that you have applied. Imagine if you are applying in the marketing and you don't know the director of the marketing to that company. So sometimes you need even to use in your answering process their name, the language they normally use. So please do that. And now, this is because if you do that and asking and say like what they do, this is showing like you are lacking let's say the preparation. You are not doing proper research and you are not very well prepared. Then number four, do not say and ask anything about the salary, the benefit, and also the leave or the vacation. This is too early. This is what we said before. Don't say anything. I'm talking about the things you should never say. Don't say anything that is related to your personal benefit. This is what we call personal benefit. Don't do that. Anything about your personal benefit, here this is your insurance, your promotion, okay? This is your leave. Don't do that, okay? My humble request, please don't say anything about your personal benefit. Remember, company will always look the people who can help them to increase the revenue, to reduce the cost, to penetrate and serve to the customer, and also to penetrate to the market. So those are the things you may be saying, hey, if I get a chance, I will work with your team, I will work with you to promote your product and the service by using X and X and Y, Z strategy. Focus on one, but don't bring your personal benefit. It's too early to do that. Now, again, don't say that you don't have experience, okay? Even if you don't have experience, but you should always say, you know why? Because there is no way you can get experience if they don't give you a chance. Okay, I'm not asking you to lie. Always try to say in the truth, in a honest way, but don't say you don't have experience. They will ask you, you may not have experience specifically or similar to that position, but you should have a backup. Maybe that you may not have experience in this, but you have done a similar, okay, a similar. That's a similar show like you have experience. But you start by telling them you don't have experience, you know, they are not going to give you any opportunity because they look at you don't have experience, even if you don't have. So don't talk about your experience. Another thing that you should never say is something you may ask, and this happened to one of the candidates. He was asking that we give time to ask a question, and then he said, what are the things that you think would stop to hire me? Don't ask what are the factors they see that will stop them to hire you. Don't ask that question. Because if you do that, they will look at like you are not really very serious. Now, again, another thing that you should never say is to say like I don't have a question. This is, we have said in the beginning, how much do you pay? Don't ask. This is your payment and the salary and the personal profit. So don't ask the payment, the promotion. Okay, the promotion. When are you going to promote me? Don't say anything about the promotion. How long? Most people also ask like, how long is this interview is going to take? So don't ask like how long. They will see you are in a hurry and you want to go somewhere. You don't have time for them. And again, do not talk about your personal story. Your personal story does not sell you during the job interview. No one is interested in your personal story, except if it's the story that is related on how and what you did somewhere to improve and sell more, to penetrate, to serve a customer, which is the similar story and experience that you will use to help them. You can talk about that. Okay, if it is in line with your profession, if it is in line with what you want to do. And now, another thing that you should never say during the job interview is to say like someone recommended you. Even if it's the CEO who recommended, I always tell people, do you know the big percentage of the jobs, the market, are not really advertised anywhere. You cannot find them in newspapers or whatever. But we see people get a job every day. Why? It's through the recommendation. Now, imagine if I recommend you, because maybe the CEO is my brother and I know you very well, and I have spent much of time looking at your skills, how you do your stuff. And now, during the interview, they will ask you this question, how did you No, how did you know about this company and this post? And now you say you're a human resource manager or a CEO of the company or the recruiter has recommended me. That is a shame for you, but also for the person that you are saying. You are telling them he has recommended. So don't talk about the recommendation or someone recommended you. Defend yourself, present yourself in a professional way, and I believe you have that professional manner. So don't say about this. Then another one, don't say like you were fired somewhere and that is why you are here. Don't do that, because this is not their business. Then another thing, maybe another thing I can add on to this one is just don't exaggerate. Do not exaggerate about your experience, about what you know, the skills, and what you can do to them. Always honesty matters. Go with the honest. Hiring manager, or hiring manager, CEO of the company, they like honest people. Always keep that positive attitude to show them if you get a chance to work with them, you will help them to make more money, to reduce the cost, to penetrate to the market, but mostly to serve their customer very well. That is my humble request. Always be honest. Be honest. Be honest. The honest is your number one tool. It is your weapon that will allow you to build your profession. You may not get that job. It's okay. I will talk about this later on in another session. But at this time, I'm just warning you and telling you the things you should never say during the job interview. And one of them is don't lie or exaggerate. Keep yourself in a positive way. Always tell the truth and be honest. If you do that, there is always opportunity for it. Because if you lie, they will discover that you are lying to them. Remember, they have your CV, they have your cover letter, they have your reference, they have all of those information, and they can even call somewhere and some people. So don't lie. Always say that truth, but also in a professional way. I hope I'm done my best to share with you the things you should never say. I have a question for you. What are the 2-3 things that you have learned and you will never say during your next job interview? Make the comment. I will see you soon. Thank you.